You know, he won't even touch a drop of alcohol. And we allege the allegation that he had this big prostitute parties. And by the way, then there's his gorgeous supermodel wife. Yeah, this whole story was obviously a work of fiction. Immediately, for example, Donald Trump's lawyer, who in the dossier was said to have met with Russian spies in Prague, well, he immediately proved that he had never been to Prague in his life, or, of course, on the date alleged in the dossier. It just immediately fell apart, immediately. But this dossier, so laughable, so sloppy, so desperate, it became a thing. BuzzFeed published it in January. It's now almost November, and it's all just Russia, Russia, Russia. Since then, the whole point of the dossier being to prove that Trump was in collusion with Russia. For example, that they were controlling him, maybe they were blackmailing him, that they were working with him. No evidence of this in any of the wiretapping that the CIA and others have done on Trump. No proof at all, just this anonymous dossier. But look at this. Look at the news that broke this week. Not in some right-wing source, but in the Democrat-leaning, Democrat-owned Washington Post. Impeccable sources. The newspaper that broke Watergate. Here's their headline. Clinton campaign, DNC, that's Democratic National Committee, paid for research that led to Russia dossier. And let me read the first line in the story. The Hillary Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee helped fund research that resulted in a now famous dossier containing allegations about President Trump's connections to Russia and possible coordination between his campaign and the Kremlin, people familiar with the matter said. So this past year of Russia, 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 it was literally fake news, created by a propaganda company called Fusion GPS. Here, let me read more from the Washington Post. Fusion GPS's work researching Trump began during the Republican presidential primaries, when the GOP donor paid for the firm to investigate the real estate magnate's background. When the Republican donor stopped paying for the research, Elias, that's one of the Clintons' lawyers, acting on behalf of the Clinton campaign and the DNC, agreed to pay for the work to continue. So this Elias character, he was a Clinton lawyer whose firm was paid $5.6 million by the Clinton campaign. Look at this comment by Ken Vogel of the New York Times. When I tried to report this story, Clinton campaign lawyer Mark Elias pushed back vigorously, saying, "You or your sources are wrong." So the Democrats had created this fictitious, this fake anti-Trump dossier. They had bought and paid for it. And they lied about having done so. Of course they lied. I mean, this is Hillary Clinton's campaign you're talking about. That's not shocking that politicians and their lawyers lie. What's shocking is that the New York Times is shocked that they lie. Here's another New York Times big shot named Maggie Haberman, who writes, "Folks involved in funding this lied about it, and with sanctimony for a year." She feels betrayed. She feels burned, because obviously she believes what Democrats tell her, always has. And if the New York Times wasn't a mouthpiece for Clinton and for the Russia conspiracy theory the whole time, I mean, the sanctimony, yeah, New York Times should talk. So Haberman's not upset that she was lied to. She's upset that she and her newspaper are now embarrassed. I think that's really what she's upset about. That's an excerpt from my daily TV show, The Ezra Levant Show. Normally it's behind a paywall, but I thought you'd like this video, so we put it on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to watch the daily show every day, including always 2 interviews a day, and I read my hate mail, just click on this screen and become a premium member.